Hello, beloveds. My name is Sharetta. For you all that's come on for the first time, welcome. I want to be the second one to tell you that I love you today, and Jesus being the first. How did he tell you? He woke you up this morning. He put breath in your body to be able to see or experience another beautiful day or seeing his creation, So yeah, he have told you he loved you when you woke up this morning, to be able to see your family, your friends, go to work and do whatever that God has put before you to do. Whatever your life consists of, you are able to do it. This particular message, it will talk about God giving you back what the thief have stolen. But with this particular message, you will see how you will have to, God will give you revelation of what has been taken from you, but you will have to move your feet to retrieve those things back. That means whatever God is saying to you, whatever God has given you, if God has told you somebody got this or somebody took this or somebody took that, you have to be operating in that realm of faith. Walk by faith and not by sight. Be operating in that realm of faith to be able to receive God's truth as truth. Don't rationalize with your own mere human self and saying, "Did God give me that? Is that what God is saying?" Okay? So you can't rationalize what you feel like God is saying or what God is saying when he have already directly said a thing. When God have showed you something, you go by what God have shown you. Not what your mere human self tried to tell you. Okay, so I'm y'all delivery service today. So I come to deliver these gifts, bear these gifts upon y'all. Okay, and just like FedEx, FedEx deliver to your house, bring what you have ordered to your front door. So I'm bringing this to your front door today. I'm just like the FedEx ground delivery service. Y'all, how I got this, I want to give y'all a testimony of how I got this particular shirt. And I think this my experience or my testimony is fitting for this message. Well, this message will take me into my next message. And I wanted to talk about FedEx. I wanted to attach it to the next message, but the next message will be long within itself. So I'm going to tell y'all about FedEx. So before I moved here, I was staying in Texas and the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. And when I was living in Dallas, I was a hairstylist. The Lord told me to move, so I moved to South Carolina. The Lord opened up the window for me to move here, so I moved. Me and my son moved here. We didn't know anyone with one person, so basically I was like starting over. Didn't know what I was doing, where I was going. When I moved here, I brought partial of my things and I went back to get the rest. Before I came back that second time, I already had a shop to work in here in South Carolina. So God was already opening up doors for me. Okay. So when I actually came back to the second time to bring the rest of my things, I had a shop to work in to do hair. Now, didn't have no clientele, but there was a place that, I had to go and provide my services. A hairstylist have to build their clientele up, considering I didn't know anyone. I'm starting from scratch. So I started praying about, just having more income until I build my clientele up, and I build my clientele up to where I won't have to work a second job. So I started looking for other employment. And the first job that I worked was the Mercedes-Benz. But God had a plan for me when I got here. I just didn't understand the plan. And because I didn't understand, I didn't follow the plan, okay? So I started working at this place. Something happened there. Like, I lost my keys to my car, so I couldn't go back to work there. Found my keys. I'm like, God, I need a job. I need a job. This job done closed the door on me because I lost my keys. I mean, as fast as I walked through a door, if I didn't supposed to walk in that door, God would bring me right up. Something always happened for me to come right back up out that door. So I started looking for another job, and I actually went to FedEx. They was hiring, and I got hired on in FedEx. I started working in FedEx December of 2018. I moved here 2018. I started working in FedEx December 2018, and I had a dream about working in FedEx October of 2018. But I didn't understand the dream. I understood a portion of the dream. And I didn't understand completely until I started working at FedEx. I was a loader. Well, at first I wasn't a loader. I was working on a line. And because I worked I was swift. I paid attention to detail. I catch on fast. They moved me after 2 weeks of me. This always happened too. After 2 weeks of me working there in that particular spot, they moved me to the van lines. So I became a loader. And when I tell y'all, when they moved me, they put me on one of the heaviest sections they had. The last 3 sections of this particular loading zone, because you load trucks, the last 3 sections of this loading zone was the heaviest section. And the first one this girl worked on, I worked on the second one, and then the guy at the end, it's a guy that worked on the end at the third heaviest on this particular line. So I'm 4'11". They didn't put me on this heaviest section, but because I pay attention to detail, I can catch on faster. And not only that I was able to catch on faster, the drivers of the trucks let me know how they wanted their truck loaded. So I loaded exactly how they wanted to load it. And I caught on that very quickly. So I'm at this job, and I go in prayer with God. I'm like, God, this job is beneath me. Like, and I was like, this job is beneath me. Like, God, like, this ain't, look, I'm supposed to have my own business. I'm not supposed to be working for nobody. And the Lord rebuked me for having that type of mentality. The Lord literally rebuked me at that moment because, I asked God for something, and I got the job, even though I was taking a detour working there. I was on the right path, and it's like God showed me in his dream where I took a detour, and my detour was working at FedEx, which that really wasn't the straight path that he wanted me on. But we don't know, like sometimes you don't know, like you walking by faith. I start working there, like I was saying, and I was doing this job. um for anyone that have ever worked at FedEx and you see this message, you know that these boxes come down very heavy. You get small boxes and you get big boxes. I mean, these boxes could be over 100 and something pounds. Okay. So I'm 4'11", handling these big boxes continually, and I move fast. I'm quick. Um, so I'm talking to God like this is beneath me. He's correcting me, even though that I took the detour. God is correcting me about. I was correcting me about my perspective as it relates to that. If God put you somewhere, even if you detour somewhere, you're supposed to work, give it your all, as you working for the Lord, not for human masters. So that is the part that He was correcting me with. The mentality that I had working there, even though that I took the detour and I went there and I started working. December I started working at FedEx. February the 28th I got promoted. February the 28th of 2019 I got promoted, and that promotion came with an increase in my pay, $6 and something. $6 and something in my pay increase after 2 months. So God will elevate you. I went from a loader to working as a senior operations admin, in a senior operations administrator. So I went from loading a truck to working with the drivers, making sure they're good. They have the correct addresses for them to get their deliveries out successfully. Working with the senior manager or the managers, or working with the people in the office. No longer loading trucks, okay? But with that job, a senior operations administrator, I still was in the warehouse part, and we had different zones that they will work on. And I don't know, I just grew to, I pay attention to detail. I go above and beyond. So my performance was great. I had some challenges here and there because I started going through some personal things. So what am I saying? Why I tell y'all that? Because God wants you to appreciate and be grateful for where you at, for where He's taking you to, for the things that you will get back that the enemy have stolen from you. A lot of us walk around daily and we don't appreciate and we're not content with our life. It's like God will bless you, but then you receive that blessing and you don't praise God for it. You just was like, God, okay, now you blessed me with this. Now there's other blessings. You can't even stop for a moment and be thankful for that blessing and consider that blessing. You just say, okay, God, like you blessed me with this blessing. Now let's go on to the next. You're not grateful. You're not thankful. And God is trying to teach His sons and daughters to be thankful no matter what. Even when you take those detours, even when you is placed somewhere temporarily for a time, you be thankful and you be grateful for it, because even in that place, God will elevate you. God, the word of God said the righteous will never be forsaken. We don't know everything, every step that the Lord wants us to take. We're walking by faith. So we're not going to always get it right. Like Jesus would have. But what we can get right is our mentality, our perspective, our gratitude. We can get that right. So be grateful for what God is doing. But let's go into the dream. I had this dream on the 31st of July before waking up. And I titled the dream "The Lady Thief." Okay. I was sitting down at a table with some woman. We was at a restaurant, sitting in a booth seat. Okay. Somehow I fell asleep at the table. In this dream, somehow I fell asleep at the table. I went into another dream within this dream. And I saw the lady that was sitting across from me in this booth go into my purse, stealing my money. So I see her stealing my money, like $40 or $60 out of my purse, which I had $200 in cash. That I remember when I was in this dream, I had $200 in cash in my purse. And yeah, like I said, I saw her stealing my money. Now this is where I said, whatever God show you, it's what God's showing you. You got to be sure. Now the enemy can play with your mind, okay? But if you're not sure, you ask God for confirmation. Because God will always give you confirmation. Okay? When he give you that confirmation, you don't need no more confirmation of what God is telling you. So I woke up at the table and I told the lady she stole my money out of my purse. And I asked her to hand her purse to me because she was trying to deny her taking my money. Once again, I woke up out of that dream knowing that she literally stole my money out of my purse while I was asleep. Now I'm in a dream doing this, okay? She tried to deny it. So I said, I reached out my hand and told her to hand her purse over so I can take my money back. So it don't have to be somebody that stole your money. Whatever the case may be, if God say a job is yours, you go and get it. If God say he's giving you this house, he have opened up a door for you to get a house, you go get it. If God say he's promoting you, you go after it. Whatever the promotion is, you go after it. It's walking by faith. God speaks to us through dreams and visions. And now I can speak for myself to say that the enemy will be there to try to taint your dreams. The enemy have tried to taint my dreams so much. But see, when the enemy come and try to taint your dreams or try to switch your dreams, switch what God is really trying to give you, this is where you got to decrease that carnality, that flesh got to decrease, and God got to increase in your life. Because if you don't decrease your thoughts, anything that's concerning you, your logic, you would not know what the Lord is really saying. You won't even receive the message Because for one, that Satan has distorted it, try to come and distort it while you sleep. And then when you wake up, you don't die to your flesh. You don't come against your flesh to be able to receive the dream in its entirety as God has given it. The truth that God has given. At that point, you don't know what God was trying to say, or what God was trying to do, or what God was trying to show you, right? I told the girl to hand over her purse. I got her purse and started looking for the money, my money she had taken. I had my money folded a certain way, so I would have known which 20s. I had $200 in my purse, and all of them was 20s, okay? I had it, if my money folded in some type of way. So when I went in her purse to look for my particular money, I would know what was mine and what wasn't mine, okay? Me looking in her purse, I could not find it. But when I looked on the side pocket, inside of her purse, I didn't find it, okay? I looked on the side pocket, on the outside. It's a pocket on the outside of purses, right? I looked on the outside of the purse, and she had money just stashed. It wasn't folded no type of way. It was just crumbled, balled up in there, you know. Yeah, it wasn't folded no type of way. Now my money was folded. The money that I had was folded a certain type of way. So I would have known the difference between what was mine and what wasn't mine, okay? I also knew by the Spirit that all the money she had in that outside pocket was stolen from other people as well. As I'm going through this outside pocket, I see, as I'm going through the pocket on the outside of this purse, I see my money and I retrieved it back. I took it back. The money that was folded like my money, it was more money. It was more money than what so for what I remember in this dream, I had $200. But the money that was folded, like my money, if I'm getting back the money that was taken up to $200, in which I knew I had, it was more money. How can I explain it? To take back what was stolen from me, which is up to the amount of 200, right? If I would have took all the bills that was folded like my money, it would have been more than $200. So I was in the dream like, did I have more money in my purse than I thought? But no, I was sure that I only had this certain amount of money. So as I was getting my money back, I was like, even though that all these bills is folded like my money, I'm not going to take advantage and take money that it's not mine. But in reality, because this woman took my money, God was giving me more back. And we see this in the word of God, right? Proverbs 6:30-31. People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is hungry. It said, do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he's hungry. Yet, if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold. Sevenfold. Though it costs him all the wealth of his house, He must pay it back. He must pay it back. That's why more money than what I had was folded up with my money. I didn't understand it in that dream because God was giving me more back because his thief had stole what was rightfully mine. Okay. Okay, Exodus 22:3. Anyone who steals must certainly make restitution, but if they have nothing, they must be sold. You must make restitution. If you have nothing for you thieving, you must be sold. Okay. So another thing in this dream, when I took the lady's purse, okay, she was shamed and literally walked away from the table. She walked away from the table and let me stay there with her purse. When this first started taking place, me and the lady was only sitting at the table. When she walked away and I'm retrieving my money back, there's other people appeared at the table with us. I mean, with me, because she had walked away. She was ashamed at this point. And so I said all that to say, God is giving back. God will give back to you what has been taken. But the thing is, you have to walk by faith with it. Whatever God showed you that's yours, why are you fighting for it? Why are you fighting trying to get it? Why are you fighting trying to have it? What are you debating about in your own mind? It's yours. It's yours. It's yours. You can't argue with God. You can argue with God and miss out, not retrieve what's rightfully yours. What God told you is yours. What God showed you is yours. What God showed you the thief has taken. It's yours, beloved. It's yours. You don't have to fight for it. Just take it back. It's yours. You will have to communicate about it, but you don't have to fight for it because God is there fighting on your behalf. You don't have to fight. We don't fight with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers in high places. The principalities and powers in high places, when you get to this point, you don't even have to fight with the principalities. Because why? Because God is fighting against the principalities for you. When you get to that point of faith, God is fighting with them principalities for you. So why are you still fighting? If God is walking beside you, he's with you, he's surrounded you, why are you fighting for what's yours? You don't have to fight. The thief have taken your stuff. God is showing you who has taken it. And instead of you going to possess your possessions, you fighting with yourself about it. So today, your messenger, your service provider is coming to deliver you this mail and tell you, go get your stuff. God has shown you it's been taken. Go get your stuff. And what you waiting for? And what you waiting for? Now, What I mean about what you're waiting for, what are you waiting for to possess your possessions? Some have to wait. Like me. God showed me somebody, the enemy, trying to rob me of my finances, right? I'm in a dream and then go into a dream and see this woman on the other side of the table. Now, we at a restaurant, so restaurant is what? It's provision. It's your nourishment, where you get your nourishment from, eating at a table. You sit down at the table, you eat food, right? You get your nourishment. It's communication, it's friendship. This is what you do at a restaurant, you know? All this you do at a restaurant. So not only the devil been attacking my finances, the devil done attacked many other parts of my life. Many other parts of my life. And me sitting at that table at a restaurant showed me that, because when you go out with somebody at a restaurant, it's either family or friends, right? Sitting at the table. Nobody was at the table but me and that lady. And then when I took back what she had stolen, I see she was gone, but there was everybody else enjoying that time with me at the table. Yeah, so I come to deliver this good news. I come to deliver these packages, this gift, this tied in a bow of love. And God is saying, not only to me, but to his church, there's some of you that's walking into a time of blessing. A lot of you, because a lot of things was taken from you. And then there's some people you have taken things from others. So you walking into a time of blessing as well, but the blessing is not going to be to your benefit, to your liking. Your blessing is going to be given back to the people that you have taken from. So we are all at this time of blessing, but it's not going to look good for some people, and some people it is. Like I just said. And I do think it is a blessing to give back to others what is rightfully theirs. And you should look at it a blessing too, because God is there correcting you, making your path straight. And hopefully for the people that's stealing, taking, being a thief, taking from other people, hopefully you'll learn from your lesson. You'll learn your lesson and be on the right path from that moment forth. Yeah. So you all be blessed in the Lord. Grace and peace.